Hey guys, I hope everyone's well. Guys, I'm actually thinking about the topic of morality and ethics, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, with everything going on around the world right now, is the morality of an action based on the individual, himself or herself, or is it something external, like it's outside of him, like what's happening? And then I landed on a few articles about moral philosophy and ethics as a branch of knowledge or study or science or whatnot. And I learned about ethics, like it was a lot. So I couldn't comprehend or grasp everything. So I just took bits and pieces. So there's normative ethics. Normative ethics are essentially an attempt to establish a general moral standard to determine what's right and wrong. And then under that, there's consequentialism or utilitarianism, which essentially suggests the idea that the morality of an action is entirely based on the consequence of the action itself. So maybe a light example would be someone comes into your house uninvited, like a robber. You take out a gun. This person threatens your family in any which way. You shoot the person. You happen to kill them, right? So regardless if there was a threat to your family, a threat to your livelihood or whatnot, the fact that you killed the person makes the action wrong. That's what consequentialism suggests. And then there's another branch to that called deontology, and still under moral philosophies. So deontology is duty based. It's like regardless of the consequence, if you were performing the action out of duty, that's all that matters. So that's that. Something about like guys in war and stuff like that. So regardless if you kill a person or not, but my actions are all informed by duty, right? And then there's virtue ethics. Virtue ethics, I feel, maybe I'm wrong. I feel are more subjectively inclined. It's like, how do you feel about what you're doing? Like thinking to yourself, what kind of person would this make me be if I do it? Or where would it put me? So that's essentially that. And then there's other ways of looking at looking at this morality thing, because I also read about what's it called again? Moral relativism. Yeah, that's moral relativism, which suggests the idea that morality is different, or the standard of morality, or even how morality is looked at, is different within different cultures, different religious doctrines, so on and so forth. So it's not the same thing, guys. So maybe in some place in Kenya, right, they look at what's deemed moral and immoral at a different way than maybe we do somewhere else, That's and then there's social morality, which is essentially an idea of morality that aims to facilitate a peaceful or well working society. So that's that's social morality. And then there's also moral absolutism, which suggests the idea that there's wrong or right actions, regardless of everything else of what you might think. Like it's an absolute thing. Like there's a right or wrong actions. That's moral absolutism. And then there's divine morality, right? Which is a belief of or an outlook of morality that is derived from religious beliefs or a supernatural place, if I can put it like that. So out of everything I read, guys, it left me so confused because I'm like, hey, we were granted autonomy. Everyone is an autonomous human being. So us being autonomous human beings, we're free to do whatever we want to do, essentially, but we still are governed by rules and laws. Are these laws entirely up to us, or are the universal laws that we naturally are inclined to follow? For examples, these laws of morality. So is morality really based on the individual, or is something like outside of us? Right? It's a lot.